Hey, what's up, guys? And I'm back with a new movie. What if Nagato killed Naruto's wife and child? A story that takes a dark, wicked turn. As we get to see a darker side of the shinobi world, where one light, who encourages everyone, who gave hope, who gave people a reason to go on, goes out. And when that light goes out, everything else go with it. If you want to see more movies and series, don't forget to go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. Yes, I indeed have 4 more channels. All links will be down in the description. So without further ado, or wasting any more time, let us jump right into this. Let us begin now, guys. The bread was still warm. He could smell it. Despite not being at the shop just yet, he could smell it rather well as he slowly made his way. 28 years old. He had a beard. It suited him rather well. It was groomed. He kept it together. His hair was longer. It lost a lot of its vitality. It was bright yellow, but now you could see that it was a bit paler. Yes, it was. It was also longer. He made his way. Those marks on his face, showing his identity to those who knew him for them. His name was Naruto Uzumaki as he walked slowly towards the shop. He was in a small town with just a few hundred individuals, 500 to 600 max. Nothing compared to even small villages. This place was away from all of it, away from the chaos, away from the fighting. The world was a massive place. People tend to leave these areas alone. There was nothing to offer mostly. The land wasn't that good in terms of the quality if you wanted to build upon it. Most of the fighting took place where the 5 nations were residing in that quadrant. But the world was massive. And when you stepped away from that, you saw smaller villages. They supported one another. You had enemies, you had police, you had everything that you want out here. They might not be the most high tech, but it was their way of living. And this is where Naruto Uzumaki resides. And as he walked through the street of this place, the villagers greeted him with a smile. He responded back happily as well, as he finally arrived at the shop that he was going to. Her name was Aoka as she stood behind the shop counter when he pushed the door open. She was a daughter of the owner. She had brown hair that was kept short, green eyes, a beautiful smile. "Morning," she said, smiling towards Naruto. He smiled back slightly, yet the smile never reached his eyes. "Morning," he said. She knew what he wanted as she got what he wanted. You could see the steam rising from the bread. She gazed outside, a bit cold again today. "A little," he said. I had a thought," she said, shifting slightly as she spoke. They were doing a meal at the inn on the 3rd night of the week. Fisherman night they call it. The Mora family bring their catch up from the bay. Everyone brings something to share. It's a good time. You might like it," she said. He looked at her as he placed the coins down. As he picked the bread up, He always looked at you when you spoke. It made you feel like you were the most important person in the world to him. Thank you, he said. That sounded like a warm evening. She waited. You should go. You will enjoy it, he said. Her mood immediately dropped slightly as she tried not to show it. Oh, right, she said. Have a good walk back. And you have a good day, he said, making his way, gloves on his hand. As he made his way, someone entered, greeting Ruth as they passed. It was a friend of hers. She could see the look on her face. Suki was her oldest friend. Turned you down again, huh? She said to Aoka. Well, I didn't really... Come on, Suki said. You're crushing over him hard. But can't you see that it's not gonna work? Some things are just too hard to open. Aoka sighed as she gazed towards Naruto through the window. She's known him for some time now, and since she met him, she has liked him. There was something about him, well, considering that he saved her the first time they met one another. But it wasn't just that. The reassurance, the feeling that you got knowing that he makes you safe, it was overwhelming. However, his past was a mystery and not a good one. Time skip. The house sat in the clearing. It was a quiet area on the northern edge beyond the village. It was made of wood and stone. It was a decent size, considering that he was alone. It was nighttime, but Naruto was outside. As he was sitting and talking, but there was no one there. But there were 2 tombstones though, as he had just finished chopping some wood. It was a rhythm that he come to enjoy over the years. As he had eat, he had move out, he had did some little bit of sweeping up. It was a normal life, a peaceful life, a life that took him away from all of that. Chopped about 30 logs today, more than I need probably. I always do more than I need. Well, you know that more than anyone else, he said. Aoka asked me to a dinner. Yes, again, he said. I hate to deny her each time, but I can't. I have a feeling though that you would tell me to go ahead, to socialize with them, to be a part of their group. But as much as I want to, I'm struggling. I'm struggling so hard. It doesn't matter how much time passes. I just can't get over this hill. And I've tried. I know you see me try, but He lowered his head. On the first tombstone it read Hana. The other one, there was another name, it was Minato. You see, these were people that were dear to him. These were people that came in his life and changed it for the better, and then when they left, it became the worse. The story that broke Naruto Uzumaki. A story that would never go away. A path that would never bring forgiveness. In his mind, it will always be his nightmare. His failure. Time skip. Later that night, footsteps. And they weren't animals. A lot of animals passed through this area, but these ones weren't animals. Naruto slowly rose, fully aware that there was people there. As he slowly made his way, there was no fear, no hesitation. He stood there and waited as he watched. The moonlight illuminated the place. He then moved as a shadow that attempted to grab his, failed. As Naruto was in mid-air, someone appeared behind him. They were large. They held their hands out, ready to wrap around him, but he slipped through their guard and landed, flipping back several times. That is when he felt it. Something reached for the edge of his consciousness. A hand, not physically, reaching for his mind. Mind transfer jutsu. He recognized it like someone recognizing a familiar smell, like something you learned a long time ago and never forgot it. He turned and looked directly at the source. The user was already in mid-transfer. The technique landed, and nothing was there to hold on to. As Naruto looked into the darkness, impossible. He dodged it. The feminine voice spoke up. That is when lightning raced across the field. Its aim to paralyze him for the momentum. But Naruto slammed his hand into the ground, his palm hitting down. Chakra flew as the earth rose, blocking the electric strike. He stood there before he went through hand sign, and the buildup of chakra was titanic. The release, a massive burst of wind. All of them were thrown back, except for one. He leaped over, he dodged, moving through with superior speed as he finally landed within the clearing. Red eyes, black hair. He reached out, but Naruto knocked his hand away, forcing him to stop. "How did you find me?" said Naruto. Stepping up was Sasuke Uchiha. Just a few months older, Sharingan eyes looking back at Naruto. "It wasn't easy. You're a hard man to find, especially in a nowhere like this. Searching for years though had its benefit. Leave this place before I make you all leave. We were sent here by the Hokage. This doesn't just concern the villages anymore. It concerns the entire world. What do I care?" Naruto said casually. Sasuke looked at him for a long moment. "Really? Then why haven't you killed yourself yet?" The people behind him, they all tense up at those words. If you're so done with this life, if you're so fed up with it all, then why are you still alive? Why haven't you taken the final step? To step beyond all of this? Why are you still alive? Which means you are still attached to this world. By that alone I can tell you don't want to die. Naruto said nothing. He just looked at him. "I understand that you want to be left alone," Sasuke said, as he looked at Naruto. "But this is more dangerous than ever before. Things have gotten worse, much worse. And we need people who can help us change the outcome, because we are losing. And it's getting bad as the days tick by. This place is not infected. This place is so off the map along with all of these smaller villages. It took us a long time to get here. But eventually even this place will be swallowed in everything. And it will be destroyed. And they will come for you. And these people who you must have grown attached to, they will all..." Sasuke couldn't even get to say the word die as Naruto was in front of him. He gripped Sasuke's throat and lifted him off the ground. He pulled his hand back, almost like he was going to puncture Sasuke's chest with it. "I told you to leave. Naruto!" Naruto stopped as he turned his gaze. Sakura stepping out of the foliage, followed by Hinata, Choji, Shikamaru, Ino. It wasn't everyone that was there. They were needed back home. "Stop showing off," Sasuke said. "You had the chance to kill me before, and you didn't. So let go of me." Naruto released him. "Go home, all of you. Whatever problem reach here, I will deal with it. Now leave." It was Hinata that spoke. "This doesn't just end with us. It's end with everything, the village. The way you're living now, if we fail, none of it survives." Naruto was still quiet as Sasuke stepped up. I know that you've given up. I know that you stopped hoping. I know that you stopped caring a long time ago. But you are still here. And there must be a reason behind that. We need everything because if we don't throw everything at this threat, we will lose, Sasuke said. Before we came here, we scouted out the village. And those people down there, they know your name. They're fond of you. They care about you. They love you. You have a way of getting into people's hearts. You have a way of making people see what they're doing is wrong. You did that for me. You are the reason why I'm here now. Why I have a home. Why I have something to return to. You are the reason for all of this. And that is why we need you. Because if you don't join us, we will fail, Sasuke said. And there's another thing you should know. Tsunade, she was kidnapped. Naruto's eyes immediately hardened as he heard that. What? He said. Time skip. Naruto went to visit Aoka. As he told her, I'll be gone for a while. Could you look after the place for me, he said, as he gave her his keys. She was quiet for a moment. You're trusting me with your home. Yes, I trust you, said Naruto. She picked up the keys slowly, holding them. Her eyes simply lit up at those words. I will, she said. She was happy. Very, very so. There are 2 stones at the back of the house. They're not for decorations. Do not tamper with them, he said. She nodded at his words. He left. She felt important. That out of everyone else, he trusted her. She was happy with that. Very much so, as she always wanted him to open up to her. So they could finally have a better understanding of one another. Time skip. The group traveled back to Konoha. It was a long journey. You could tell that there was chaos all around. They had to move through different channels to avoid a lot of things. Choji was quiet as he kept on glancing over towards Naruto. The others doing the exact same thing as Naruto walking in the middle. He didn't see much for conversation. It wasn't just about the village. Maybe he truly did not care about the village. But it was Tsunade, and there was a reason for that. How did he end up this way? Well, Hana. Hana was a girl that he met in a random town when he was 15 years old with Jiraiya. They were going to stay there for 3 months. It was a waterfall nearby that Naruto was finishing up his training on. You see, Hana was an orphan like him. She lost her parents before she even knew them. She was raised in the orphanage. But she dedicated her life to help people. As she grew, she started to work there. The people there knew her rather well. It was a small village. Jiraiya saw that Naruto was getting along with the locals. He moved around here and there, leaving Naruto there. As Naruto had met Hana when he accidentally got water dumped on him. His fault not looking where he was going. It was just his way. She had apologized, but Naruto had shrugged it off. Considering that he had been in the waterfall constantly, this was nothing. She introduced herself and he did the same. You see, there are moments in life when people just connect. And that is where the two of them connected. They started out as friends. A relationship that moved too quickly to be quite exact. They kissed around 3 days after that. Outside, on the orphanage step, both of them were new to this. Yet they knew what they felt. In just 2 days, they had told each other everything about themselves. And their life was so similar. not counting the hatred that Naruto received when he was younger. He found himself falling for her and she doing the same for him. They connected, and they were teenagers. They were dumb and they were fast and they were stupid. And they crossed the line. Kissing turned into touching and touching turned into more. It was fast, awkward, and a bit terrifying for the both of them. Yes, as they were surprised that they went that far. Maybe if Jiraiya was there, that wouldn't have happened. Maybe it would, but maybe he would have taught Naruto better. Naruto lacked the proper understanding of, well, knowing exactly what to do. Because there was no protection. 3 weeks later, when Jiraiya returned, Hana told Naruto everything. The morning sickness that started her throwing up. Yeah, something was wrong. They went to a local doctor to learn the truth. It was a shocker of the century. Jiraiya couldn't believe it. It took a while for everything to soak in. However, Naruto was ecstatic. Terrified but ecstatic. Not having a family. He always craved and yearned for one. And now that he thought about it, building one was the next best thing. It wasn't long after that where Jiraiya told Naruto everything. About Minato, about Kushina. He believed in order to be a good father, in order to not make mistakes like what happened in the past, Naruto needed to know about his own. He also told Naruto that he was his godfather. Yes, that did anger Naruto that he kept this from him for so long. It angered him very much. Eventually though, Naruto got over it though. As they continue, some of the matrons were rather upset with Hana and Naruto for jumping into this, and now, well, they were too young, inexperienced, lacking certain emotional development that they needed to be good parents, to be ready for this. However, as Hana started to see how excited Naruto was, she started to hold on to it as well. She started to see having a family as something beyond great, considering that she was never a part of one. True blood family. Her mind started to switch from worry because Naruto was overwhelmingly positive. Despite being terrified on the inside, he never showed it not once. It was just his way. The following months, Naruto grew physically and mentally as well, pushing himself beyond his limit every single day. Hana, she had friends here, people that cared about her. However, they saw a greater life for her back in Konoha. They made her promise to visit. They told her they will take care of everything here. So she chose to go back with Naruto. Naruto was happy, promising that he would keep her and their future child safe no matter what. When they got to the village, it was a shocker for the century. Hinata had been severely quiet afterwards. When she eventually learned the truth, when she saw Naruto with that girl, at first she chopped it up to nothing. But when she learned the truth, she didn't speak for days, as she was heartbroken. Sakura was a bit jealous. Her obsession with Sasuke over the years, and yet Naruto had moved on and was starting a family at such a young age. She was a bit jealous. Tsunade punched him across the head for being so stupid. He was too young, she had said. Yet, she saw it in his eyes. That waver, that look to never ever give up. She did grill Hana though, as she wanted to know what kind of person she was. Naruto didn't have a mother, so she took the mother role in that situation. Hana wasn't a shinobi. She had no interest in being one. She did grow up to solve practical skills, as they were able to feed 40 plus children on a limited budget. She could mediate arguments between 7-year-olds. So yes, she had important life lesson skills. And she cared for Naruto deeply. It was something beautiful. Time flew by after that, and she gave birth. During that time, Naruto had saved Gaara. He confronted Orochimaru and Sasuke. Sasuke had noticed that there was something different about Naruto, but he didn't understand it. He didn't understand what it was, as Naruto told him that he had something else in his life, something bigger than this. They named their child Minato, after Naruto's father, to honor the man. Speaking of that, the news wasn't fully out about it, but those close knew. Jiraiya had gave Naruto everything that Minato had been working on secretly. The Flying Thunder God scroll was there as well. You see, it was a collection that Minato had in a special home outside of the village, where he worked on dangerous stuff. He told Naruto to be careful and to not dive into it quickly, as he head to the land of rain to gather information. The news came back like a physical blow. Jiraiya's death hurt Naruto physically and mentally. Yes, it did. Hana was there though. When the Toads came to offer Naruto strength at Mount Miyamoku, she told him to go, to become strong enough to protect them all, because she believed in him. He made it back in time. Almost. His push, his drive had him flying through Sage, mastering quickly, using his clones as the best alternate way to get his Sage energy coursing through him. Unfortunately though, when Pain attacked the village, it was a normal day. Just a normal day. Hana had a few friends that she had made, civilians. She was walking with the baby, covered and holding him so tenderly, softly. However, one of those summons, it attacked. It was the last thing she saw before she and the group and the child was crushed. Just like that. The summoned creature just crushed them where they stood. When Naruto returned, his Sage mode activated, he could feel. And he could feel that she wasn't here, neither were their child. There was nothing keeping Naruto together. What happened next wasn't a fight, it was consequences. Naruto went berserk, from the center of the village towards the foliage of the forest. Naruto ripped through the 6 paths of pain in a monstrous infused state of Sage energy and Nine-Tails power. You would think that being so crazy would make you wild and easy to be caught, but Naruto was so self-destructive. He didn't care about the village, he didn't care about himself. It was the first time even the Nine-Tails was surprised and shocked to its host, diving so deep. Eventually though, he was caught by the massive gravity spear that ripped the earth up. Minato Namikaze had freed him from his mental trap, but Naruto was far too broken. Minato tried, but it didn't work. It didn't help. When Naruto got free, empowered by his Sage clone, he dealt with the final path, using its rod to track the original. When Naruto found Nagato and Konan, he broke under the stress. Jiraiya, Hana, Minato. Naruto lost it. Konan tried to stop him, but there was no stopping Naruto. Sage mixed with the fox power. He used flames from the fox that he never used before, just the raw radiative heat of his form that burned her. Nagato tried to use his rods to subdue Naruto. He tried to use the weight of his chakra from this vicinity, but Naruto pushed through it. He had been lost in his own mind, but what he knew in that moment, he went berserk again. He beat Nagato corpse in until there was nothing but a smudge on the ground, actively destroying the Rinnegan, actively killing his chance of seeing Hana again, but he never knew that. Not even this day he knew that. He slaughtered Konan and Nagato, ending their existence right there and then. In the weeks after, he was like submerged. Tsunade was concerned. It was 3 weeks after when she learned. And she learned that Naruto was gone as he left a note for her. By that point, Sasuke was with Team Taka. Obito had left their side. The so-called masked man that he was pretending to be had left their side. His rage to the nine tails destroying the Rinnegan. It threw a wrench in his plan. Sasuke found Naruto on his active hunt to destroy the village, but Naruto had already left the village by that point. Sasuke saw Naruto and was lost, having no idea about what happened with Pain, having no idea about Naruto's family. The truth came out about Itachi. It was because Sasuke was confused, the lack of caring in Naruto's eyes, when he told him that he was going to destroy the village. When he told him that his brother was used. Your brother died for something he believed in. He chose it. And you're here to destroy what your brother died for. You're pathetic, Naruto had said. Sasuke was furious at the new Naruto, so he attacked. Naruto beat him viciously. This time around, Naruto did not hold back. It was the first time Sasuke was actively terrified. When Naruto slaughtered his entire team, when he crushed Jugo's skull, when he pushed his hand through Karin, when the Fox Chakra incinerated Suigetsu, he brutalized them all. Naruto took his rage out on Sasuke. He beat him until he was begging. He knocked his teeth out. He swole his eyes shut. He shattered his nose. He snapped his arms. And Naruto that wasn't holding back was a monster. He then realized what he did, stopping himself. He left, leaving Sasuke there. If it wasn't for the patrols that found Sasuke, he would have been dead. They brought him back to the village as he recovered. Sasuke played along and eventually got the opportunity as he killed Danzo. Tsunade had him restrained almost immediately until he brought the truth to the light about the Uchiha clan, which did change a bit but not everything. Sakura was there though. As he was locked away in a cell, she was there. She was there through all of it. Maybe it was also learning the truth about Naruto as well that changed him. As Sasuke had, yes, he had a lot to think about after killing Danzo. What Itachi died for. Was he really here to burn it all? Naruto's words echoed through his mind. Learning that Naruto also lost something so dear to him. Now understanding his pain, Sasuke did not hate him for beating on him like that, because he would have done the same. The Toads knew where Naruto were. They told no one except for Tsunade, and this was a few years after, when she finally gave the position up to Kakashi, when the world looked like it was at some sort of a peace. She found Naruto. She never once told him to come back to the village. The both of them had lost Jiraiya. She had lost her brother, she lost her lover as well. So she understood his pain. She visited. Months from months passing by, she visited. She never were able to get him out of the funk, but she was trying to do for him what he did for her when they first met. But she never got through to him completely. But she did. Had him smiling, she did. Take the bodies away from Konoha so they could be properly buried at the location that she helped him build that house. She did so much for him, and she never once told him what was going on because she wanted to keep him out of it. She just wanted him to live his life with those people in that village because she saw that Naruto was actually socializing thanks to her. But now she's been kidnapped, and that was the only reason why Naruto was actually going back. She hadn't visited in a few months, but that wasn't suspicious, as she kept the secret away from the village, so she did not visit often. But learning that she was taken had Naruto moving out almost immediately to find her. When Naruto got to the village, he could finally see it. Skipping back to the regular time as we see, you could tell that there was something big going on. The place just had a gloomy feeling about it. Taken directly to the office, as Naruto was greeted by none other than Kakashi Hatake, the leader of Konoha. It's been years since they last saw one another. So much years. Naruto. Kakashi, Naruto said. No sensei behind it. The lack of familiarity, despite there being no hate, could tell you just how much Naruto has changed. What is going on? Kakashi looked towards Naruto, who demanded to know. The others filed out when Kakashi asked them to, leaving Sasuke himself and Naruto into the room. Naruto stood there. There was a moment of silence as Kakashi just looked at Naruto to see how much he's changed. Get to it, said Naruto. Familiarities could come later. It was sometime back that Sasuke came across the masked man, his conquest to rule, to take over. The mask was removed in a battle between him and Sasuke. But since then he's only grown stronger though. It was then that we learned his identity. His name is Obito Uchiha. Your father, former student, and my teammate. I thought he had died when the bridge or mission was destroyed, but Kakashi focused up. He survived. He survived and he's been the mastermind behind all of this. Sasuke, tell him. When we fought and I destroyed the mask, he tried to recruit me. He had me in his grips before we fought. Before you slaughtered my team. He tried to recruit me. He tried to bring me over to his side. But a lot had changed. It was 4 years after you and I fought. And I turned him down. I learned a lot from him in his goal to gather me to his side. When you destroyed Nagato, who was a leader of the Akatsuki, leader that was working under him, you destroyed the greatest part of his plan, the Rinnegan. I realized, through his talks and his words, I learned the truth. I went to the Uchiha stone tablet and I discovered a lot. My eyes could see far more than I've ever been able to see. We were able to recover Itachi's body, and his eyes were transplanted within mine, granting me a much greater ocular ability, the eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. I was able to read the stone tablet and learn everything. And I now understand why he took Tsunade. He wants to awaken the Rinnegan. Everything lead back to one source, the Sage of Six Paths, the progenitor of us ninjas. The both lineage, Senju and Uchiha combined. We do not know how long it will take, weeks, months, years. But we do know though, that the combination of both will result in the Rinnegan being born. We've been scouring since Tsunade was taken, along with the group that she was with. One member survived to tell us the tale. They found her not too long after. We were able to discover his base, but he slaughtered almost everyone. Once again, one person survived. You might think it is luck, but so many people died to get this information. It's the white creatures that are with him. Zetsus. With a simple touch, they can absorb your chakra and turn into a perfect replica of you. They can mimic your voice, muscle memories, everything. They can work as a perfect unit, taking your place. They've done so and self-destruct with explosive tags, weakening our forces. It was Obito's goal to leave us weak, to leave us confused, to run through us, to buy himself some time as he build. It seems that he thought you were dead. We thought so as well after some time. And it seems he had stopped tracking you. And you went for global domination until the Ninetales was restored. But plans seem to have changed. His kidnapping of Snevi lead us to believe that he learned that you are still alive. We learned through her notes that she's been talking to you. She kept records, she kept a journal. We had to invade her private studies after she was taken. And we learned that she's been in contact with you for years now. And she haven't told you anything because she wanted to keep you out of it. And somehow he got that information out of her. Naruto refused to believe that she would tell Obito that. As his mind went to these so-called white Zetsus, maybe the village wasn't secure as everyone thought. So yes, his plan changed and they escalated. And now, he's already more powerful than we can expect. If he gains the Rinnegan, with the reanimations at his side, with the Zetsus at his side, not to mention the tail beasts, they have 1 to 8. All the other Jinchurikis are dead except for Gaara, thanks to what we did in the past. If he gained the Rinnegan, he will truly be unstoppable. His desire to take over. We won't be able to stop him. We've been fighting a losing battle, and we need your strength. We need you on our side. We need to end this war before he eventually achieve those eyes and simply tear us all apart. Naruto looked towards Sasuke. You've grown strong. Why haven't you killed him yet? He said. If it was 1-on-1, maybe. Sasuke said with my new eyes, I could overwhelm him, but it's not. The reanimations by his side, past Kage's. Kabuto, he's the one behind this. He was found by a group of scouts, but he escaped. He's making them stronger, kidnapping people all over, using them as batteries, feasting on their chakra. He's changed so much. He's grown far stronger than before. It's almost impossible to face them all. Their force is overwhelming, and they just keep on recovering until you seal them away. And reaching Kabuto once again is almost impossible. We only get one chance the next time we find Obito's location. And the one chance we get, we have to kill him. We have to hit him with everything we got. And we need you to do that. Naruto closed his eyes. You heard all of that. Yeah, so what is gonna be? The voice in his head was none other than Kurama. Him and the fox had never been on good terms in the beginning. However, things change. People grow. The Ninetales never thought, well, Kurama never thought, that it would ever find itself seeing a human as something so close. More than just a friend. Like a brother. Can we find him like that? Naruto said. We might. Even though they might copy, they're not the same on the inside. And you know what we can do together. So you're gonna help them? Kurama questioned. Naruto slammed his hand together as his power surged. Kakashi took a step back, so did Sasuke, as bright golden flames started to flicker from Naruto. He made his way to the window and opened it before he leaped towards the top of the roof. Naruto stood there. Kakashi arrived and so did Sasuke. They were at awe at the amount of power that was under his control. The next moment, hundreds of hands shoot out of Naruto. They flew through the village. People were scared and confused as they flew past them. Things became bad though as they started to grab people, civilians, ninjas, the few people, the council members that were there. Naruto, what are you doing? Kakashi shouted, afraid that Naruto was not here to help. Until The hands started to squeeze. Kakashi and Sasuke watched as the people that they trusted turned into white Zetsus. Naruto created double the amount, and Rasengan formed into each of them and crushed the white Zetsus, leaving nothing behind. Kakashi was stunned to the numbers. How did you? I can tell the difference, said Naruto. Kakashi stood there, and for the first time in a long while, he felt hope. He felt hope like they could actually win this. In the weeks that followed, everything changed, as Naruto also met Gaara for the first time in a long while. Gaara extended hands to shake hands with Naruto. The Raikage, the Chichikage, the Mizukage. In the next following days, 593 white Zetsus, who were a part of their village, pretending to be villagers, were eliminated, eliminating the source of information. Along that time, more information started to come to light. Kiba and Hinata were dating one another. It was a lot to learn, and it took a lot for her to get over Naruto, but Kiba was there. Same just like Sakura and Sasuke, and Shikamaru and Temari. Naruto did not really care about that though. He see it, but he did not care. His only goal was rescuing Tsunade. That was the only goal that was on his mind, and ending this threat once and for all. While that was going on, safely secured was Tsunade, as she was bound in powerful chakra chains and suppression seals to keep her at bay. Obito finally got information that Naruto was alive. Tsunade had not told him a single thing. It was the white Zetsus that learned it from Konoha and brought the information to him. Naruto being alive had him pushing up his plans, had him moving forward even quicker than before, because that meant the Nine Tails was still out there. I am so close, he said to himself, walking through the hallways. Very, very close. He made his way. I have some news for you, he said. Turns out that Naruto has returned to Konoha. Seems like his devotion towards you has brought him out of hiding. That could be the only reason, right? You're the one. You're the reason why he's now out. She looked up towards him, but she said nothing. Have nothing to say. Not concerned, he questioned her. You're going to die, she said. I'm not going to try and change your mind. I'm not going to try and tell you that there's a second chance to be given. After all you've done, after all you've put in motion, you are going to die, she said. He laughed in her face though. Her words were idiotic, foolish. This was his plan. This was his destiny to bring these changes, and nothing would stop him. Kakashi Hatake was keeping things away from Naruto as well. Kakashi never told Naruto about what Obito truly wanted, because he was afraid of Naruto learning about the infinite Tsukiyomi. Yes, he was afraid of that. 3 days after that, they finally achieved it. Zetsu had information. Zetsu had sealing arts that could help them restrain the tail beast and use them, because Zetsu was the true mastermind that was playing the both of them. Finding and digging up information from the past, from the era of the Sage of Six Paths that could help them. Zetsu was using them. He was manipulating them. He was giving them what they desired. Zetsu had went through extreme lengths to allow the ocular abilities of the Rinnegan to manifestate early, using extreme measures. It was all done on Obito, willing to give his body over without hesitation. And finally, within both eyes the Rinnegan developed, and these were his 100%. No switching eyes, no taking another's. These were his body fully twisting and blending and becoming what they are, as they fully submerged and blended with him, making him vastly stronger than ever before. Obito smiled and decided to allow them to find him. Time skip. The message came. The scouts had reported in, 2 of them now. Kakashi made his way into the room, hesitating on whether he should tell Naruto about the infinite Tsukiyomi. However, he decided to keep it to himself. He decided not to tell Naruto that there is a world where he could see his loved ones again, because he was afraid that Naruto would choose that world over them, after all that he's been through. We found him, Kakashi said, not telling Naruto anything about the infinite Tsukiyomi. Just that they found him. Time skip. The group would not just rush in. They would surround the location. The location was old. You can see the moss, overgrown, and it was wide open. There was no covers, nothing to hide behind, unless you were a far, far distance away from the main location. And that is exactly what Obito wanted. Kakashi assembled the groups along with the other leaders. They surrounded the area. They moved. They moved through the night, through the day, and they arrived. Arriving there, their scout members slowly approached. Kakashi still hadn't told Naruto about the infinite Tsukiyomi, due to his own paranoia about everything that Naruto has lost. The scouts returned with some rather surprising news that Obito was there. Not just there though, he was outside. No mask, no covers. And bound beside him was Tsunade Senju, held captive. He stood there waiting. Not even the scouts could escape his vision. "Bring the nine-tailed Jinchuriki to me," he said. They returned with the news for Kakashi. Zetsu watched from afar. Zetsu had to be really careful. Obito had been paranoid and angry ever since the death of Nagato and the destruction of the Rinnegan. Zetsu wanted to leak the information to Kabuto for him to revive Madara, but he hesitated, not trusting Obito paranoia, leaving the secret of Madara burial site alone. Because Zetsu was seeing the opportunity, the more unhinged Obito become, the quicker it would be for him to gain what he truly desired. Naruto stepped up. "Wait," Kakashi said. "We need to..." Naruto looked towards him. "I'll be fine," he said. But Kakashi was worried about something else, also his safety as well. Naruto stepped out, Kakashi telling everyone to stay back for the time being. This wasn't right. Naruto stepped out in the open. Obito smiled when he saw him. "I've been waiting for you," he said. "I actually want to talk. I have an offer for you. Tell me, what do you know about the infinite Tsukiyomi?" Naruto looked at him, judging by that reaction, which isn't much though. "I can tell that you don't know." "It seems they're afraid of what you will actually do." Interesting, Obito thought to himself. "Are you okay?" said Naruto as he looked towards Tsunade, not even looking at Obito. "Yes," she said, "and don't listen to him. Whatever he say, he's just trying to get you on his side." She knew what Obito was going to tell Naruto. Naruto stood there calmly. "What if I told you I can give you them back? I heard about what you lost. A great tragedy. What Nagato did. Even though I was so upset that you killed him, I understand why. I would have probably done the same. Because I know what it feels like. I lost someone as well. And it wrecked me. It sent me into a spiral, which made me realize that this world is pointless. Death, destruction, war, chaos. They cannot be controlled. That is why I will create my own world. The infinite Tsukiyomi, the ultimate dream. Within this dream, you can have what you want. You can have your son, your wife, your girl, whatever. You can have your family, your parents, you can have everything. You can have everything that your heart desire. All I need is the nine tails chakra. Not all of it, just some. So that you can survive. So that you don't have to sacrifice anymore. So that your future children don't have to sacrifice anymore. You can live your life in perfect harmony and peace. Naruto Tsunade said, as she saw, like he was actually considering it. It's not real. Whatever he say, it's not. Obito gripped her by the throat. That's enough, he said. He held his hand up. It seemed like he was about to end her life. However, Naruto gripped his wrists. Obito's eye turned to face him. Fast, he said to himself. Obito released Tsunade as Naruto grabbed her, looking towards the man. So what do you say? Will you accept my offer? Naruto vanished in a white flash, reappearing a distance away, slowly removing the chains by overpowering them with his own chakra. Go, he said. She looked towards him. I know it's tempting, I know, said Naruto, cutting her off. I know it won't be real. I'm fine. Go. You're not in the best condition right now to fight or anything. She nodded as she moved away. Naruto stepped back up towards Obito. A dream, huh? Sound like a tempting offer, I must say. However, if I do accept this dream, I will always know that it will never be real. And I'm just watching an illusion. And that will take away from the real memories of them. Pain, loss. It's unbearable. It's unbecoming. But I've changed. Before I would have never even talked to those people in that village. Tsunade helped me. She told me that she had suffered for long as well. And I was the one that helped her. And she would offer me a helping hand. So no, I will not accept your dream, because maybe Sasuke was right. If I wanted to, I could have ended my life a long time ago. But some part of me still exists for a reason. Naruto looked towards Obito. And to be quite frank, I hate you. You are a part of this. You are as much to blame as Nagato. I know what you did, I know what you started. I know that you're responsible for releasing the Nine Tails upon the village all those years ago. And for that, I'm gonna kill you. Fine. Let's end this then. Obito said as his power surged. All the tail beast's power flew into him. He grew stronger. As the things rose up like they were some entity, brought here by his will. He summoned them. He was in control. That was a signal as the army, Zetsu and reanimations, they started to flood the battlefield. Sasuke and the others realized what was going to happen as Sasuke's eyes switched. Immediately, he summoned the Susanoo and brought down a swipe that leveled a large section of the army. But as the ground opened up, thousands of white Zetsus emerged, the reanimations launching themselves towards him. Sasuke looked towards Naruto. Go, he said. We'll handle them. Naruto's body was bathed as he transformed. But this wasn't like when he killed the white Zetsu on the Hokage Tower. This was far different. The final stage of his KCM transformation, stage 4. The tails behind him flicker as they were 9 and long, each of them possessing a weight. He looked more fox-like. You could see the features of the fox bleeding into him, the hybrid, the perfect vessel. Naruto moved across the field, time slowing down as him and Obito moved towards one another. He made clones, 12 of them before he reached this place. There was 12 clones, their bodies imbued with sage energy, the frog Krumai seal blending perfectly with the nine-tailed cloak, causing more drastic changes to take place. Him and Obito clashed as the ground beneath them gave way. Obito tracked as he realized that Naruto's inhuman strength was gonna crush his bones if they clash once again. He tried to blast Naruto away. However, Naruto stuck his ground, stabbing all nine tails into the ground. He launched himself towards Obito, who was not holding back in the slightest. His arm transformed and released a beam. Naruto created a Rasengan that shoot instead of push. It shoot forward and they collided in a massive explosion. Out of that explosion, Obito rose. Within his Susanoo, empowered by the Rinnegan, it was a force of destruction and disaster, a capability of the Sharingan, now empowered to go beyond that level. He fed the original Uchiha construct with a power that the technique was never meant to contain. But Zetsu has done so much changes to Obito, allowing him to far exceed any natural limits. You could see the reflection by the eyes, showing the Susanoo Rinnegan. As it stood tall, towering even over Sasuke's. It had no wings, it could not leave the earth, yet it possessed a far more destructive nature and force. Obito attacks could bypass anything, sinking into his dimension and reappearing, passing through the very ground itself as they reach Naruto. But Naruto stopped all of them as he released those miniature explosions that was ready to detonate at shurikens and explosions. Shurikens that could bypass the very air itself around it, tear through the earth and act like it wasn't even there. But Naruto caught them all, Sage and Fox mixing together, all of that raw natural energy pouring into him. Naruto pushed his form even further, transforming into the nine tails, the sage green energy blending within, creating a suit of armor that seemed to wrap around it. Both monstrosities caused shockwaves wherever they stepped. As they caused the ground to explode, they caused the air vacuum to implode within. Obito refused to give and Naruto refused to back down. Obito Rinnegan was influencing his Kamui, affecting it. Naruto had learned everything from Sasuke about the Kamui. He learned the weakness. He learned where his true body lay. He learned how it operated. But the Rinnegan abilities were bringing to surface the physical touch and the physical force to disrupt and destroy, which was causing a conflict within his own ability. This was due to his lack of training. It just took days for him to set this thing into play. He didn't even train with it properly, and that was his mistake. But Naruto had all those years to refine his skills, blending with Kurama in a way that no other Jinchuriki has ever blended with their tail beast before. Obito was stunned when Naruto bypassed and tear his arm clean off. He crashed down hard to the ground. He was bleeding, but the Rinnegan was already compensating, restoring him as he slowly picked himself up. "You're faster," he said, smiling. He knew that he was going to win. He knew that it was only a matter of moments before he dominated the battle. Why wouldn't he be happy? So long, searching desperately, clinging on to his dreams. Of course he would succeed. It was his destiny to fix the world. As the both of them reverted down, there were moments when the almighty push sent Naruto crashing as Obito was going harder than before. His power seemed to be only getting stronger. While the tail beasts were fighting, Obito was drawing power out of them, making them weaker, but he did not care. He went extreme. Veins started to pop all over his body. You could see the veins of colorful chakra bleeding into him. His eyes started to pulsate. He became so strong that with a simple lift of his hand, he brought the gravity down, not out. He brought Naruto to his knees and started to crush him under an unbearable amount of force. The impact crushed down on Naruto's chest as he coughed up blood. Kurama, desperate to see his brother, see him losing, he started to go even harder into his own power, into his self, into his very DNA of what makes him. As Naruto heard it, "It's alright. It's alright, Naruto. I believe in you." It wasn't one, it was many. All of her encouraging words when he was training, when he told her that he would fight to protect her and their son, they returned back to him. He remembered them, but it's the first time that he was actually hearing them. "Can you hear me?" Kurama's voice finally broke through. "Yeah," said Naruto. "I'm okay. His connection with the other tailed beasts is making him stronger." Naruto then felt it. What is this?" he said. "I'm not sure. I was about to offer my life to give you power to win this." "No," said Naruto. "I said I was going to, but this feeling, this connection. Being a Jinchuriki, there is still so much that most people don't know, even us tailed beasts. Let us explore it," said Kurama. Naruto went quiet. Instead of just bumping fists, him and Kurama became one. One mind, one soul. Not just two entities, not a host and a partner, not a shinobi and a weapon. Just one. Not even a name. And they change. The chakra that came out of him had no color, but at the same time it had every color in existence. 15 feet away, Obito saw. As he got closer, it wasn't even an explosion, it was just a feeling. And Naruto stood up, looking at his new form that was flickering across his skin, not understanding what it was. He couldn't even be called Naruto alone anymore. Naruto moved. The space collapsed between Naruto's fist and Obito's chest, as Naruto's impact seemed to go far beyond just space itself. Obito felt it. But the Kamui, what's BAM! Another. Obito tried to keep up. Naruto exceeds sound, he exceeds light. His power going too far. He could feel himself being torn apart, knowing that he only had moments with this new power and he was going to make it count. Blood flew from Obito's mouth. He screamed, refusing to lose. He concentrated all of his power in one final attack. A force of nature. Not even the almighty push anymore. He was going to release it like nature itself. When Obito released it, the environment itself seemed to quake. Like everything was going to be destroyed. Yet as Naruto ran at it full force, Naruto's body ceased to just be physical anymore. It was almost like him and the Nine Tails became the entity of the Fox Chakra. Their connection, just having one soul, one mind, one body, it crashed into that unbearable force and ruptured through it. Obito's eyes went wide as that thing collided with him. It collided. Within that moment, the tail beasts, their mind was freed. The connection that the Rinnegan having over them seeming to cease. It seeming to cease away completely. No one could go near to the area. No one could see, not even the Hyugas. Their eyes were being overwhelmed. Minutes, an hour passed by. Within that time, Sasuke was the one to find Kabuto. Sasuke used his ocular powers to manipulate his mind after a battle, making Kabuto free the reanimations. Sasuke learned about Zetsu, their other partner, who tried to flee. An arrow met him. Black Zetsu tried to escape, but Sasuke made sure that he did not. Black Zetsu cursed all of his planning, everything. No one would ever even know, as Sasuke silenced him. Tsunade, despite her skin burning from just being close to the vicinity, she reached in and came back out with Naruto, her seal healing her. She placed Naruto on the ground. He was quiet, silent. They feared that he did not make it until he drew in a breath, tears in her eyes. "You're alive," she said. Naruto lay there, but he was speaking within his mind. "Can you hear me, Kurama?" he said. "Yeah. What just happened?" "I'm not sure," Kurama said. Naruto looked at Tsunade. "Yes, I'm alive," he said. It seems like everything was over. Was it really? The remainder of the Zetsus were being wiped out as Naruto was brought to the medical camp. He burned out his chakra pathways. He was special, they would recover, but not anytime soon. Until then though, he needed time. Days, weeks. The white Zetsus were eliminated. Months passed by, and Naruto slowly started to recover. Naruto did not stay within Konoha. As much as the world saw him as a hero, all he wanted was just to move on. As he had come to enjoy his quiet life. He had come to enjoy it rather well. Those who knew about his special location, they chose to keep it to themselves, not allowing the world to get involved with his personal life. As for Ayuka, months passed by, and due to the war becoming so bad, these people were now aware of it, and she feared that Naruto wouldn't come back. Until one day as she sat by his home, she saw him. She teared up when she saw him returning, as she found herself hugging him before she realized what she was doing, as she quickly separated from him. Sorry, I thought you wouldn't come back." "I promised I would," he said. She smiled when she heard that. "I made sure to check up on the place," she said, as she was happy to just have him back there. Naruto looked at her and smiled. She saw it. There was something different in his eyes. Something new. She didn't know what that meant, and maybe he doesn't know as well. But it didn't end there though. Sasuke came by. Sakura. The world never truly knew where Naruto went, but those who were close to him, they started to get involved back in his life. Small, seeing that Naruto was indeed truly different, as he seemed to be accepting and moving forward with his loss. Tsunade was right by his side, spending a lot of time there. After all, she was no longer the Hokage, she was retired. And maybe he can heal enough to finally move on. But Tsunade was right. The isolation was never the answer, and she learned that when he saved her life, and she was doing the same to him. And yeah guys, this is where this comes to an end. I hope you guys enjoy, but for now, peace.